What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I want to talk to you guys about Canelo Alvarez. He's had a lot of speculation, especially this year, due to the drug allegations, which caused him to cancel the rematch with Golovkin. Now he's fighting Golovkin again, September 16th. So he's had, his criticism over the years. And this video is not to bash Canelo and talk about his faults. Instead, we can talk about what can get Canelo Alvarez the respect that he needs to be that superstar that he was built up to be. First off, it all depends on what he does September 16th. He can start there. He can start by putting a stamp on the gift draw. A lot of people believe that, not all, but a lot of people believe that he lost that fight. I was one of them. I thought it was close, but then again, I thought Golovkin outworked him due to his experience with the urgency of the matter. Canelo fought in a pace where he fought in spurts. And I thought that he lost that fight, not by much, but I think he lost, I don't know, at least 7 rounds to 5, for Golovkin. I wouldn't give it 8-4, but it's at least 7 rounds to 5. So he can start right there by putting a stamp on beating Golovkin, the ex-boogeyman of the middleweight division. And if he's going to do it, it would be now because Golovkin is 36 years old. I think that he's on his way out. I think he's missed a step. I'll cover that in another video, honestly, because that's a lot to cover. But he should start by beating Golovkin. Next, he should try to pick up where Golovkin left off. If it's not all about the money, because Canelo's going to make money regardless of who he fights. So he might as well go after something worth legacy standards, okay? I think he should go after whoever the winner is out of Andrade and Billy Joe Saunders. Saunders and Canelo was supposed to fight a couple times. That those two fighters were mentioned, but things happen. And I think if Canelo can beat someone like Billy Joe Saunders, that wouldn't be it would be a high risk and somewhat of a high reward. But the risk is high fighting someone like Saunders because, again, Canelo can fight anybody. He doesn't have to fight someone like that. He could fight Lemieux, as a patch. Well, that fight will more than likely happen because Lemieux is set to fight on the undercard, on the Golovkin undercard. He's supposed to fight Spike O'Sullivan. And, that I think that's going to be an action-packed fight as long as it lasts. But I see that fight happening if Canelo wins, which I think he will win this fight, so, for a lot of reasons. But, again, I'll cover that in another video. But, I think he should, fight Billy Joe. If he can beat Billy Joe, then either fight Jacobs or Deverenchenko. One of those fights, go after one of those fighters. He would get mad respect because then he's continuing, his progress in the middleweight division. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't be okay, I've beat Golovkin, now let's go home. Let's pack up and go back to a Canelo weight or a comfortable weight. And because I feel that for some reason, I just feel he's going to go to 157. Only because I think it would be instructed or advised for him to go to 157 as a catch weight, because De La Hoya did that when he came up to challenge Hopkins and got knocked out in the 9th round by a body shot. So I think he will continue. I think he would try to emulate that same path, hopefully a better result, right? But I feel that Canelo, if he was going to do that, he would definitely, if he's going to go back under 160, he should fight Lara again. Because that's a fight that, that always had a big question mark on it. I can start a live feed now, and we're going to have about 50-50. Half of the people are going to say Lara won. Half of the people are going to say Canelo won. So that should tell you it's enough people on each side to say which one wins, and they got an argument for everything. So because of that, those guys should have fought, So he should take that step, because he took that first step with fighting Lara, and I don't think he really knew what he was getting himself into, because Lara is the kind of guy that wanted that fight for 2 years anyway. And I think Lara beat him. And it's not because I'm a Canelo basher. It's just I know when a fighter's protected. I know Deontay Wilder's protected to a certain degree. I knew Lamont Peterson was protected in the Khan fight. I know a lot of fighters were protected. Orlando Salido was protected in the Loma fight, right? So it's a lot of fighters that are protected, and certain fights are supposed to result in a certain decision for a certain reason because of corruption. So in order to break the corruption, I think that certain things, fighters have to step out and know what the fans want versus what will help them in their legacy. And what will help Canelo Alvarez in his legacy, beat Golovkin. After that, if he's going to stay at middleweight, go after the winner out of Deverenchenko or Jacobs, or the winner out of Andrade, Billy Joe. Or, go back to a Canelo weight and call out Lara and give Lara a rematch, because everyone knows that fight was either a robbery or the wrong decision, or a close decision, right? So, those are the three things that Canelo Alvarez should do. He shouldn't move out to 168. He's too short. He would look kind of like a redheaded Rocky Marciano up there when he's packing on weight. And then you'd probably think he'd need an edge by eating some more Mexican meat. And then, and have other problems up that way. And then he would get a slap on the wrist and, get a long year vacation almost, right? So we don't need any of that. I think Canelo is going vegan because I think he wants to move back down. But he could just be doing that, just prove a point like, hey, it was the meat the whole time, so I'm taking extreme precautions by not even eating the stuff. So, either way, it's good. It's a good idea. It's a good narrative. I'm a vegan now because it's the meat. I told you guys it was the meat. That doesn't take away from his ability to fight. Ann Wolf said it best. That red-headed motherfucker can fight. And she said it. And that stuck with me, because he can fight. He can box, regardless of what you think about him, regardless if you think he's arrogant, snooty, overrated, protected. He can still fight. Ann Wolf was right about that. We all got to agree on that. Canelo Alvarez can fight. And I think since he can fight, he should come out of the shadows of Oscar De La Hoya, started making bold moves like a Tyson Fury-ish or a Mikey Garcia-ish move to fight the best fighters out there. You know what I mean? And those are those fighters. And even with Lara, the only reason he should fight Lara is because, I know if there is an honest bone in his body, if it's not just an arrogant vessel and spirit he has within, he should have some doubt. Like, did I actually win that fight? You know what I mean? Did I win that? No, I don't like Lara's style, but did I really win? Those are the questions that true champions ask themselves before they go to sleep at night. You know what I'm saying? Taking a walk down, taking a walk out of the house, jumping in the car, that mind, that voice should ask him, did I really win that fight? Did I really win? Look at Andre Ward, for example. Remember he got that close decision against Kovalev? What happened? He ran it right back. Floyd Mayweather with Maidana, with Castillo. Not De La Hoya, though. But he did run those other two right back. Those are what champions do. Roy Jones. You know, it was a close fight with Antonio Tarver the first time. Champions run that back. He got knocked out in the second round, but hey, it bothered him because that voice was there, because that's the voice that champions, that people that want to fulfill legacy have. True great fighters have. And if Canelo Alvarez has it, and if he hears this video, somebody needs to get it to him and let him understand. He speaks English very well, so he'll understand this video, okay? And this is what he needs to do to become that fighter that he really wants to be, if he really cares about that, and if it's not all about money. But anyway, that's my thoughts on that. You guys tell me what you think about this video. Please subscribe, and you guys been counterpunched. Peace.